Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing the post-deadline rebuilds. And today, we have the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets are 22-46. They have the fourth worst record in the NBA. LaMelo Ball fractured his ankle, and he's out for the rest of the year. There's not much going right for the Charlotte Hornets right now, but I'm hoping with a potential top 3 pick, we maybe can turn some things around for this franchise, along with all the moves I'm going to make. I think the future here could potentially be bright. As always, let me know any other video ideas you guys do have down below in the comment section. You guys have been full of great ideas, and I really do appreciate seeing all of my comments under my videos. Let me know your plans for the weekend down below in my comment section. Always great chat with you guys down there. As always, you guys are new around here, have not yet subscribed to the channel. Do me a favor, hit that sub button, stick around a while, and yeah, man. Getting in a quick video on a Friday because sports betting just went live in Massachusetts, so I am fucked. Let's get into it. So as I mentioned, 22-46, actually on a 2-game winning streak, funny enough, and the Knicks, who are having a pretty good season, that's a surprise beat, to say the least. They beat the Pistons in the Battle of Hell. I don't even know what else you want to call that, but this roster is obviously nothing great. There's a good mix of some young talent and some more experienced players on this team. And obviously our goal is to find out who should stay and who is going to be leaving. So LaMelo Ball, best player on this team, 21 years old, is out for the remainder of this season. I'm going to keep him out for the remainder of this season here in 2K as well. My goal is to get as high as the draft pick as possible, and playing our best player when he's actually not playing isn't really the way to do that. So he's not going anywhere. He is the one person who is 100% not tradable. I've seen this man develop up to like a 97 overall. He's not going anywhere. We have Dennis Smith Jr. here, so we're a little bit, short in terms of the point guards here. I don't mean like height-wise, I mean like depth-wise. We don't have a ton of backup options because we have Teo Malden here as well on a two-way deal. We'll see what ends up happening there. We have Scary Terry Rozier here at the shooting guard spot. Honestly, may end up moving him to the point guard position for the remainder of this season. He actually played a lot of point guard in Boston. Kelly Oubre Jr., our backup shooting guard here. And then James Bouknight, who I was actually a really big fan of when he came into the league out of UConn. And I just don't really think it's translated 100%. So I'm going to try to get him some minutes, see if we can develop him maybe to a decent backup shooting guard. I think I like that plan. We have Dennis Smith Jr. as the backup here to Scary Terry for year one, and then we have Oubre and Bouknight as our two shooting guards. I like that a lot. We have Gordon Hayward, another former Celtic here in Charlotte. Obviously, this man's career has never been the same since that opening night in Cleveland a few years back. That still gives me PTSD to this day, but he's not a long-term option at small forward for me. I love Gordon. It's just unfortunate that, he's really not. He's a shell of his former self. It's just the reality of the situation. Cody Martin's here, then Svi Mikhailiuk as well. Decent backup options, nothing long-term. We have PJ Washington, Kai Jones, and then JT Thor. Obviously, at one point, we would have had Miles Bridges here as well, but you know what? That's not really an option for me anymore. Even though he's still in the game, I'm not going to bring him back. And then our centers, Mark Williams, only 21 years old, was the 15th overall pick in last year's draft out of Duke. I'm going to go ahead and give him the keys to the kingdom in terms of our center position for now. I'm not saying anything's going to be 100% long-term. We also have 25-year-old Nick Richards here, who was a second-round pick back in 2020. So two decent, nice, young center options. Hopefully one of them can develop into something that can be maybe permanent. Remainder of this video. Let's set this rotation. This is what we've kind of come up with LaMelo Ball being out for the remainder of the season. As I mentioned, we were going to move Scary Terry to the point guard spot. I don't mind his fit there. He actually goes up in overall, and as I mentioned earlier, he actually did run a lot of point guard when he was in Boston. And yeah, man, I have no problem with him being there for now. We're going to slide Kelly Oubre Jr. into the starting lineup. I'm not sure what the Hornets lineups are looking like these days. I'm not even going to pretend. I have no idea if he starts or not. We have Gordon Hayward here at the 3, PJ Washington at the 4, and then Mark Williams anchoring down that center spot, as I mentioned. So not a ton of guys in this starting 5 I can see potentially being long-term fits. I'll give a hard maybe to Mark Williams and potentially Kelly Oubre Jr. and PJ Washington. And Terry Rozier as well. So, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think a lot of these guys may be better off the bench eventually. It is very rare that I have a center or any sort of big man as a 6th man on one of my teams. But in a season like this, where we're obviously trying to, develop our guys and not actually win games, having our highest overall on one of our younger players, I mean, 25 is iffy. But Nick Richards is going to be our 6th man playing the most minutes off the bench. Followed by Cody Martin, Dennis Smith Jr., James Bouknight. I want to get 14 minutes a night. I think maybe developing up to like a 75, 76 overall should be our goal maybe in the next couple seasons. See if he can be serviceable off the bench, because right now that's not going to cut it for me. And then Kai Jones here as well. So it's a bad team, man. We are 22-46, and yeah, I guess let's just get through the rest of this regular season. We ended up going 23-59, so we only won one more game since we actually started and hopped in using start today, and honestly, that's fine by me. This team was never making a push for the play-in. There was no reason even to attempt to. I'm fine with what ended up happening. Nikola Jokic is 0.1 assists off of a triple-double and does win his third straight MVP. We are not getting into that conversation right now, but I'm not getting into it. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Tyus Jones, Sixth Man of the Year. Embiid wins Defensive Player of the Year. Şengün, Most Improved. Mike Malone does win a Coach of the Year. Okay, that's not bad. Because like when I think of Most Improved, I feel like SGA's up there. You have Larry Markkinen up there. There's a lot of guys I don't really consider Şengün, but you know what? Why not? And Mike Malone, head coach of the Denver Nuggets, does take home Coach of the Year. So we are obviously not concerned about the playoffs. I do want to see what we ended up in terms of standings. 23-59 was the fourth worst record in the league. So again, not exactly a top 3 pick like we were hoping, but honestly, I'd be fine with 4. Maybe switch it up a little bit in terms of the players that we got in draft. So we'll see. Time will tell. Let's look at the numbers. LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, Hayward, Washington, Williams. Mark Williams, that's not bad. Again, I think it's going to be a lot of development. Only 21 years old. I never sit back and really realize how young some of these players are in these professional sports leagues. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. I'm 23 years old, and I can't even imagine even scrimmaging some of these absolutely unbelievable athletes and just such unbelievable talented people. And for me, it's mind-blowing that there's 18, 19-year-olds doing it. It's crazy. Luka wins Western Conference Finals MVP, and Jason Tatum Eastern Conference Finals MVP. You got 2 interesting teams here in the finals, and the Dallas Mavericks hand the Celtics their second straight. Holy shit. 44.5 points, 11 boards, and 16 assists. All while shooting almost 55% from the field and almost 50% from 3. I don't even know. I guess the one negative, there's 4 turnovers a game from Luka, but when you're that ball dominant with those stat lines, it's going to happen. Holy shit. All right, so let's get into offseason number 1. I'm a little bit mind-blown. I've seen some crazy Luka stat lines, but that might be up there with some of the craziest. I think our pick has protections on it. San Antonio, I can't even remember what deal that goes back to, but yeah, our pick is at number 5, so we dropped down 1 spot. Looks like the Magic actually jumped up a few spots. Good for them. Going to end up with Paolo Banchero. They're going to end up with Victor Wembanyama, so the first overall pick for 2 straight years. There's one thing. I like Steve Clifford for mainly one reason. He's a very honest coach. Whenever I see clips of his interviews and saying stuff we just don't have the talent or whatever it may be right now, I respect the hell out of him. I don't think he's my guy moving forward, man. Just to be honest with you, I don't think he's a great head coach. We don't really have the budget for Stauffer. Yeah, maybe we'll get him still. Oh, we do get him still. We underpaid for him in terms of what he was asking for. But that's fine by me. So we do have the 5th overall pick. Obviously, there's some things we could do with this pick. We have 4, 8, and 27 in the second round as well. I'm thinking I might try to draft somebody I don't typically draft. And that might be Nick Smith Jr. Nick Smith Jr., I have seen this man progress by the end of the, I guess, technically 4th season here, all the way up to a 90 overall, and the man puts up 26, 27 points a game. So he could be my guy. I know guys like Amen Thompson are also really, really good. So if he's there at 4, I could consider it. Brandon Miller's also an option for me. So I'm a little bit between Amen Thompson, Brandon Miller, and Nick Smith Jr. right now. I really am, because we're assuming that Victor and Scoot go 1-2, and then I'm sure one of the 3 that I mentioned before that will be the 3rd pick. So we'll see. Let's just sit in the draft together. Let's just see what ends up happening. Victor goes 1 in the Magic. Really no shock there. Back-to-back number 1 overall picks for your front court of the future. That's insane. Number 2 is Brandon Miller. So Scoot Henderson is probably the pick here at 3 for the Spurs. They traded DeJounte Murray. They traded DeJounte Murray last year. They take Scoot Henderson. Oh, I forgot. We have 5. We don't have 4. Son of a bitch. All right. Who do the Rockets take at number 4? They take Cameron Whitmore. So basically all of our options, or both of our options, are still here between Amen Thompson and Nick Smith Jr. And that's really who I'm debating between right now. I don't really know who I want. I've seen both of these guys progress like crazy. I really have. I just don't know who I'd prefer. Logic would say that we see our scouting department says that Amen Thompson's a B- overall, that he's the guy we go with. I'm going to move him to shooting guard, obviously. That'd be a really tall backcourt, because isn't LaMelo 6'7" as well? You know what? I'm going to take Amen Thompson. He's listed as a point guard. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take him, move him to the shooting guard spot. I hope he can shoot. I didn't really check on that. We're going to get 2 future seconds here, and then I'll draft somebody with the 4th overall pick in round 2. I don't know. Kyle Phillip. Who the fuck? Rajon Rupert. I love that name. Who's a cool name here? Bilal Coulibaly. There's some cool names here. I don't really know who the right pick is here, to be honest with you. I'm just going to take this Kyle dude. I don't know. He's 7 feet tall. I don't know. Could be something good. Amen Thompson's a 78. Kyle is a 72. I will sign him. He'll just be a bench piece for me. Obviously, LaMelo's coming back. I'm going to let Taylor Mulligan go. Probably not going to be a long-term point guard option for me, or backup point guard option for me. Book Knight, McGowan's, yeah, that's fine by me. Okay, cool. PJ Washington, Nick Richards, both free agents. They're obviously both going to get qualifying. We'll see. It depends how much they, both ask for. We'll kind of go from there. PJ wants around 12. That's honestly not terrible. But is he really my power forward of the future? I want Kyrie? No. All right, it's cool. We are going to move Amon Thompson to the shooting guard spot. He actually goes down 2 overalls. Is he not a good shooter? Is he like a ball facilitator? Shit. He's a D3. Oh, fuck me. I fucked myself. I completely screwed myself here. Oh, God. I don't know why. You're all probably laughing at me. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Oh, man. LaMelo goes down an overall, too. All right, I'm going to move LaMelo to shooting guard. That's not really great, but oh, my God. What did I just do? God, I don't know why I thought he had a decent three-point shot. I was wrong on that. Was it maybe his brother, Auser? They're brothers, correct? I think they are. I think they're twins, actually. I'm an idiot. I know that. Let's make some trades. I know that I said I really wanted to keep Mark Williams as our starting center, but when the Houston Rockets are going to offer me a 20-year-old who I think has potential to be one of the best young centers in the league in the next couple of years, and Alperen Şengün also just won a Most Improved Player award, I'm going to take it, and all we have to include is a second-round pick. I can't actually believe that the Houston Rockets are going to offer me this, but yeah, Mark Williams will move to the backup spot. It's fine by me. It just gives us good depth for the future of this video, and I know Şengün's going to be our center for the remainder of the video. So that's a crazy trade that we just made. I'm going to start Amon Thompson at point guard. I can't believe I fucked myself so bad. Is he really that bad of a three-point shooter? That's my bad. Maybe I should have taken Nick Richards. I apologize. Maybe, would they be interested in a swap? Who actually has Nick Richards? Who has Nick Richards? Hang on a second. Is it Nick? No, it's Nick Smith, not Nick Richards. Nick Richards is on our team. Nick Smith. Excuse me. Okay, where is Player Finder? Actually, let me go by first name. There's not too many guys in the league named Nick, I don't think. So, Nick, C, and... Oops, son of a bitch. Oh, man. I screwed myself, and I know I did. I obviously didn't mean to make that draft. But Nick Smith Jr. is just 77. He's an A-3. God damn it. You want Amon Thompson? This is idiotic because they took him 6th. I just feel like having a shooter next to LaMelo might be a good idea because Amon Thompson appears that he can be a really good ball facilitator, but we have one of those, and it's completely my fault for being such a dunce and screwing this up. Also, we do not have our first-round pick next year, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, man, this is completely my fault, and I apologize. Can it just get done with seconds, potentially? God damn it. Just give me the god. Oh, did not mean to include a first. I'd rather just get it done like this, and then do you want Kyle Flipkowski? I don't even know what to do. I completely screwed myself here, and I want Nick Smith Jr., but, like, I don't want to give an arm and a leg for him. Oh, holy shit. I overpaid, I know, but I think it's a better fit, and it's probably the guy I should have drafted, and I guess this is just me learning from my mistakes. So Nick Smith Jr. will be our starting shooting guard. We move LaMelo back to point guard, and yeah, things are looking a little bit better. I need to find myself a new starting small forward. We are sending Gordon Hayward over to the San Antonio Spurs. We are acquiring a Spurs top 10 protected pick. I'm actually going to try to make that unprotected next year, or I can just try to get my pick back, but no. I'd rather go out... Actually, what would you say if I did this? How about this? You want... my unprotected in 2025, 2026. He'll give me Charles Bassey. I'm going to do this deal. We give up our 25 and 26 unprotected. By that point, we'll be good. I won't care. We get our first deck next year because we're probably not going to be too great. We also get the San Antonio unprotected pick. I like this deal a lot. Charles Bassey, we're just going to get a first-round pick for. Okay, that's actually not too bad. I think we actually put ourselves in a pretty decent spot right now. Charles Bassey, maybe just get me a draft pick, maybe from the Bulls. Bulls low-key might... I don't know. Maybe they'll be bad next year. I have no idea. All right, we've completely torn this team down. Obviously, we have absolutely nobody as our starting small forward right now, so what we're going to do is go out and sign somebody. Again, we do have our first-round pick now, so I don't have a real reason to go out and try to be great. Who's like the young player here that maybe could be potentially good? I mean, youngest player here is like Josh Okogie or Lonnie Walker. I don't really love either of those options. Could also re-sign Kelly Oubre Jr., You know what? Let me re-sign Kelly. I'm going to move him to the small forward spot. We have a shit ton of money right now. Like, if I wanted to go, like, sign Harden, I could. If I wanted to try to sign Kyrie, I could. I'm not going to because I don't really feel like I need to sign either of those guys. But I'm going to re-sign Kelly Oubre. He's actually going to be my starting small forward. And then let me go out and I'll sign somebody like, let me sign Josh Okogie on it. I'll do a 3-year deal here. I like those signings. We're going to wait on PJ Washington. We can honestly just let Nick Richards go, as much as it kind of sucks to say. We have our 2 centers now with Mark Williams and Alperen Şengün. So do I have rights on Nick Richards? If I do, then I'll bring him back. But no, I don't. I'm going to give PJ Washington a real contract. I don't know if Nick Richards had a qualifying or not. PJ Washington wants like $12 million a year. That's fine by me. If Richards has a qualifying and he accepts it, I'm probably going to trade him at the start of next year. But other than that, I probably won't make many other moves. So Kelly Oubre Jr. is going to slide to my starting small forward spot. I like that a lot. And I really like the way this team's kind of looking right now, man. We're not going to win too many games next year, but I think we've set ourselves up nice for the future. I'm going to make some more trades. We're going to be signing Grant Williams to a 3-year, $31.5 million contract. He's going to come in and be a backup stretch 4 for me. I know you can make the jokes about him missing free throws. I make them myself. To be honest, I don't think Kai Jones is going to be a future star backup for this team. So him and JT Thor are going to get traded. If I can maybe find a backup point guard, I might do that. But other than that, this team's set. So Kai Jones, JT Thor, I mean, if there's a decent point guard that I see, maybe I'll take it. If not, I'll do them individually and get some draft picks. What is this? It's a Raptors top 5 protected. What is the Raptors team looking like right now? If they actually low-key could suck, I might do this deal. No, they'll probably be decent. All right, I'm just going to trade them both individually. It's fine by me. We're just going to get some draft picks. So JT Thor will go first. First round pick from the Kings. Dude, I love the Kings this year. I don't know how deep they'll go in the playoffs, but it has been awesome seeing them as one of the top seeds in the West and just potentially making a somewhat decent playoff run. I don't think they'll get to a conference finals. I could see them definitely getting out of the first round, though. That's pick swaps, kind of. Oklahoma City wants to give me a Houston pick and a Clippers pick. That Clippers pick, low-key, could be valuable. Sometimes Kawhi leaves. You never really know. All right, cool. This is our team heading into, year 2 here. I'm going to sign a backup point guard. Give me Taylor Horton-Tucker. We're spending money. We don't really need to spend money right now, but we obviously can move all these players pretty easily. So this team's probably not going to be too great again next year. We obviously had the draft blunder with Nick Smith Jr. and Amen Thompson. I'm happy we got it figured out. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2 here in Charlotte. We're going to do this deal with the New York Knicks here. Nick Richards had a qualifying offer. He ended up accepting it. I know that typically means they have a no-trade clause, as you can see here. Let me just slide down. You can see he still has his no-trade clause off. I didn't cheat and take it off. And you can still get trade offers for him. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to send him to New York for a 2025 lottery-protected pick. I don't know how Andre Iguodala ended up here, but we're having to take back Evan Fournier's pretty ugly contract. He should be expiring at the end of this year. I don't think he has another a year or team option or anything. Oh, he does have a team option. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's set the rotation. And here's how it's going to look for year 2. We've definitely made some pretty big additions to this team, in my opinion. Now, are they going to be immediate additions that are going to impact this team? I don't know. I think some of the bench pieces definitely could, but some of the players, maybe like Şengün, Nick Smith Jr., are going to be more long-term impacts for us here. So it's obviously great. Have LaMelo Ball back. Him and Nick Smith Jr. are going to be our new backcourt, probably for the remainder of this video. We have Kelly Oubre Jr., who we re-signed. Moved him to small forward. PJ Washington gave a contract and obviously traded for Şengün. Bench, actually pretty good. Josh Okogie will be our 6th man, followed by Mark Williams. Then Grant Williams, Taylor Horton-Tucker, and James Bouknight, who's not developing as much as I was hoping, but is what it is. I will see you guys at the end of year 2 here in Charlotte. I didn't quite see our record. I was scrolling through sportsbooks because betting just went live in Massa, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But Darius Garland is your MVP. It was not a very good season for us. And yeah, that's fine by me, honestly. Victor Wembanyama does win Rookie of the Year. Obviously went #1 overall. Jordan Poole, 6th man. Giannis wins DPOY. Garland also wins Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. Let me just confirm that we didn't sneak into the play-in or anything like that. And, whoa. Okay, that actually makes me a little bit nervous. I knew we were going to be bad. I didn't think we were going to be 16 wins bad, because we definitely got better than we were last year. At least I think we did. Let's look at the numbers, see how everybody performed. LaMelo led us in scoring. Nick Smith Jr., solid rookie season here. 17.5 points, 4 assists, 1 steal a game. I can live with that. Oubre, Şengün, Washington, Mark Williams. I mean, it's just a team full of like decent role players and maybe 1, maybe 2 stars. So let's simulate the playoffs, get it out of the way, man. We obviously have 2 more off seasons, and they are very, very important. It's going to be a Cavs-Lakers finals, and the Cavs sweep the Lakers. Darius Garland has now won a finals MVP, a regular season MVP. I think he won Most Improved as well. Hell of a talent. All right, let's get into the offseason. Obviously, this is a big lottery for us. I see the comments all the time, and I know it. Oh, my God. Let's fucking go, baby. We also have that Chicago pick that I think is lottery protected. I don't know. Maybe top 5. I don't know. Here's the problem, is that I know that sitting through the lottery is a much better way to go out and actually make sure you get a higher pick, but it just takes 18 fucking years. I'm just going to sim it. I don't really care. Holy shit, we fall to... So we have 3... We have 3, 5, and 8. Okay, that's obviously great. I mean, that's great. That's awesome. I mean, we should have 1 and 2, but 2K, man, what are you going to do? All right, so up to the 2024 NBA draft, what do we want to do? I'm thinking, I know what I want to do, kind of. I want to go out and I think I want to draft Xavier Booker because I know he's a high overall and I know it's a need on this team. I don't think PJ Washington's a long-term power forward. I know Grant Williams isn't. So let's try to trade up to number 1, get Xavier Booker while maybe keeping the what? We have what, 3, 5, and 8? I'm going to try to offer 3 and 8. Try to get number 1 and then keep 5 as well. So let's see if we can maybe cook something up here. Who had number 1 is the Thunder. It's tough to offer the Thunder draft picks because they have a million of them. All right, let's go over here to Oklahoma City. They have number 1. It's actually the Wizards pick. I'll give you 3 and I'll give you 8 and you give me 1. God damn it. Who else is under contract? You want Taylor Horton-Tucker? Wow, that's all it took. So Xavier Booker is officially a Charlotte Hornet. That's obviously great. We're going to take him number 1. And then whoever is available for me at number 5. There's obviously some good options. Isaiah Collier's here. Shit. He's like literally the highest prospect here. Or do I go Mackenzie Mbako and start him next year as well? You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I can see he's a 78 overall. He might not be the best player available, but I think in terms of fit, he's our fit. Xavier Booker's a 79. Mackenzie Mbako is actually a 77. That's fine because Kelly Oubre Jr. is not a long-term option. This is beautiful. This is coming down exactly the way I kind of wanted it to. I'm going to pay LaMelo Ball because obviously I kind of need to. Where do I want to go sign a Jaylen Brown? Don't really have the money to do that. All right, LaMelo has 5 offers. I'm going to give him a max contract. There's no reason for me not to, so just, oh, holy shit. The fact that it automatically renounces my 91 overall, like 22-year-old superstar's rights is just ridiculous. I'm going to match that 4-year deal that he got, and yeah, he's going to be coming back here. Cool. Okay, let's take a look at this team right now and figure out what we have to do. I need to find myself a new backup point guard. Evan Fournier, I picked up his option strictly to trade him. And we have a starting lineup now of a lot of young pieces here. I'm really comfortable with this starting 5. It's all going to depend on progression, whether or not we're going to have to make like a crazy trade next offseason. So I think we can probably move on from one of these 2 right now. I mean, I kind of like Grant Williams. I think he's a decent, like, just stretch big to have off the bench. I might honestly move on from PJ Washington. I might get some hate from Hornets fans for that, but it might be the route I go. And I think I honestly might move on from Kelly Oubre Jr. as well. I don't know how the right way to word this. I almost think he's too good, but we also don't have our draft pick this year. Maybe I'll keep Kelly. Let me figure it out. We're going to be sending Josh Okogie over to the San Antonio Spurs. We're going to be acquiring Trey Jones as a backup point guard to LaMelo Ball. There really was not many other options in terms of point guards that I was offered. Actually, you want to give me a pick? You have my pick this year. I think we're going to be good enough where it won't really matter. How about the Bulls pick this year? You want Evan Fournier? You want New York's pick? That's beautiful. All right, cool. Welcome to the team, Trey Jones. You'll be the backup to LaMelo. We're good in our backcourt with starters and backups. I'm going to start Mackenzie Mbako. Oubre will come off the bench. Now I'm probably going to trade PJ Washington. That's going to really be our final move. I just don't really need him, to be honest with you. Obviously, I want to get as many minutes as possible to Xavier Booker, and I like the shooting of Grant Williams. I really do. So PJ Washington's going to get moved. Grant Williams is also a good defensive piece, whether you want to admit it or not. So, nobody wants to just give me a first. That's fine by me. This pick probably won't be valuable, but it is what it is. All right. That is the 10-man rotation that we are heading into year 2 with, or excuse me, year 3. We need some serious progression. I'll see you guys there. You can call me crazy, and you might have every right to do that, but I think there's a real shot this team could sneak into the play-in potentially, maybe even a playoff spot. I like the way this team's kind of looking a lot. It's going to be LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., Mackenzie Mbako. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm definitely not. Xavier Booker. So our number 1 and our number 5 draft picks from the 2024 NBA draft. Need them to have tremendous rookie seasons for us. And Alperen Şengün. Benching is actually really good as well. Kelly Oubre Jr., Mark Williams, Trey Jones, Grant Williams, and James Bouknight. Up to that mid-70 overall that we were really hoping for. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3 here in Charlotte. Really great third season for us here in Charlotte. We go 53-29. That's definitely good enough for one of the top spots in the East. And yeah, man. I'm liking it so far. Trae Young is your MVP. Auser Thompson wins Rookie of the Year. Wait, does he not? Yeah, he was the 2023 draft. Did he just not play last year? I don't know. Cade Cunningham, 6th Man of the Year. I've seen this happen before. I don't know how the hell a 91 overall Cade Cunningham ends up on the bench. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Amon Thompson, most shit. Shit. Well, he still can't shoot the 3. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully Nick Smith had a really good year as well. Let's take a look at the standings, see what's going on here. Also, who is starting over Cade in Detroit? I always end up with Tyrese Halliburton, and I have no idea how. We finished as a 4 seed, though. That's actually fine by me. We're going to be taking on the Celtics here in round 1, which is not really great. Let's take a look at the stats on the year. LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., so he was still really solid. And how do you shoot from 3? That's one of the reasons I made the trade. Almost 41%. It's beautiful. Other points. Xavier Booker, solid rookie campaign. Şengün, Mackenzie Mbako, not too bad. Oubre, Mark Williams, Book Night. I mean, this team's good, man. It's really not. It really kind of is going to... I can't fucking speak. It's really going to kind of come down to experience, I think, a lot in the playoffs. This Celtics team was in the finals last year, and they still have JT and JB. And they added D'Lo to their bench. And Emmanuel Quickly. How are you a 5 seed? Can somebody explain that to me, please? How that Celtics team is a 5 seed in the East, and nonetheless, how we're going to Game 7 with them. We lose, but it probably should have been like 4 or 5. There's no way we should have taken that deep. We have another Cavs-Warriors finals. We'd missed those for a few years, so good to have those back. Cavs get the first one over the Warriors since 2016, and Darius Garland wins his 2nd straight finals MVP. All right. Let's see what we got in terms of draft picks. Do we have any in the lottery? I don't know. It does not appear so. So let's simulate the draft. Sixers were that bad? Wow. We might have had the Raptors pick, but I think there was protections on it. Good with Stauffer. Let's head up to the draft. We're obviously going to have to consider if we want to make any really big moves. We have the 7th. Oh, we do have the Bulls pick. I'm not going to use any of these draft picks this year. I'm just going to take some future draft picks from Memphis. That's fine by me. We have a lot of young talent on this team, and heading into a final season, we don't really need any more. So what do I want to do is what it comes down to. Do I really think that this core is good enough to win a championship? I don't know. I mean, we're going to find out. Tatum looks like he's... Oh, my God. Are you swapping teams? Nope. Tatum's just leaving. I got to get Şengün back. It's the final year, so I'll qualify him. I want to get Book Night back. It's the final year. I'll qualify him as well. And then Trey Jones is actually a pretty good backup point guard option, so I'll bring him back as well. We get all those guys back. Exactly what I was hoping would happen happened. And, yeah, man, it's going to come down. Do we really feel like this is a good enough core to go out and win a championship, or do we think we have to make a trade or two potentially? Let me decide. To be honest with you guys, I couldn't find a trade that I loved, and I don't want to trade for players that I trade for over and over again, so I'm going to roll with it. We're going to go into the final year with this core, man. We have not even won a playoff matchup yet. I'm nervous, but I'm banking on progression right now. I'll see you guys at the start of the 4th and final year. I was considering it for a while, and I thought I was going to keep my entire core, but I decided to make this trade. We have simulated up to the 4th and final year. I made the trade offer and put it in the trade finder one more time, and I'm going to pull the trigger on it. We're going to send Mackenzie Mbako, Kelly Oubre Jr., and a Grizzlies draft pick in 2026 over to the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to get Mikal Bridges back, who is obviously NBA Iron Man, tremendous defensive piece, shot 49% from 3 last year. He's going to come in and be my new small forward, and Anthony Black, who averaged 15 a game last year, will be my new backup small forward. So I don't love it. I wish I could keep Mackenzie Mbako, but I think this raises our chances of potentially going out and, yeah, man, winning a championship here in the final year. So Anthony Black, small forward as well. He's an 83. I'm happy with the trade. Let's set the rotation. It is the start of the 4th and final season here in Charlotte. We ended up making that huge trade, acquiring Mikal Bridges and Anthony Black from the Brooklyn Nets. I wish I could have kept Mackenzie Mbako and Kelly Oubre Jr., but here in the final season, getting a guy like Bridges, who is an all-NBA defensive stud, obviously has never missed a game so far in his career, and I think it's an upgrade. So we're going to need an MVP-type caliber season out of LaMelo Ball, but here's how it's going to look. It's LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., Mikal Bridges, Xavier Booker, and Alperen Şengün. The bench is really good. Anthony Black, Mark Williams, Trey Jones, Grant Williams, and James Bouknight. This is what, man, and yeah, man, I'm feeling good. I'll see you guys at the end of year 4. The 4th and final year comes to an end as Nikola Jokic wins his 4th career MVP. I did not see a record, I'm not going to lie. I was actually placing a futures bet on the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup. Ian Jackson, Rookie of the Year in Philadelphia. Isaiah Collier, 6th man. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Greg Dickey, Most Improved. And we went 65-17, which is obviously great. And we are hoping it can translate here. And yeah, carry us pretty far in the playoffs and hopefully go out and win an NBA Finals. That would be great for everybody. Nick Smith Jr. actually leads us in scoring. This is obviously a beautiful thing, and I'm very happy we made the trade. I still screwed up with the Amen Thompson thing. It doesn't look like it came back to bite us in the ass, at least too hard yet, man. I like this team. I really do. I'm going to say it right now. I think we can go out and I think we can get a championship done. I think we have a really good balance, some really good playmakers, some good shooters, and some good tremendous defensive pieces. So let's see what happens. Amen Thompson. Oh, wow. This is funny. Yeah, still not great with the three-point percentage, but appears to be a tremendous playmaker for this team over here in DC. Bradley Beal, still doing it, man. Staying loyal. Added Aaron Gordon, Mitchell Robinson. I just think we're the better team. I really do. We end up sweeping them. We're moving on to the 4-seeded Orlando Magic with Cole Anthony. They added Tyrese Maxey, Franz Wagner, Ben Carroll. Oh, fuck, I forgot about this front court. Oh, shit. That front court terrifies me. Xavier Booker and Alperen Şengün, I need big things out of you guys. We're in the East Finals, taking on the 2-time champion and 2-time Finals MVP, Darius Garland, and the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley's a 98. Whenever I get him, he's down to 98. That's ridiculous. Let's see what ends up happening here. We're up 2-1 right now. We go up 3-1. Don't blow a 3-1 lead. I know it's happening before. I'm telling you, I know it's happening when it happens. This fucking game, man. Why are the Cavs like literally better than the 2018 Warriors? It's ridiculous, this game. All right, that's it, man. We didn't end up winning a championship in this one, but we still made a hell of a team, and I still had a ton of fun doing this one. So you can blame it on a whole bunch of different things, but end of the day, I had fun. I think we made a good team. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.